and girls. Hello and good evening. Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum. Greetings from I Print My Toys, 3D prototyping. My name is Avikshit Saras and I'm joined here by my partner, Gaurav Loyalka. We would like to actually begin by asking a few questions. What is the future of education for our children? What each of us want our children to become? And above all, what is education? Does education mean learning what's printed or learning by applying what is printed and discovery of the unknown? At I Print My Toys, we believe that education begins when our children start answering questions such as, who did this? When and how he must have done this? This makes our child a detective. How to make a machine work? This makes our child an engineer. What is causing this reaction? This makes our child a chemical scientist. How the earth evolved a billion years ago? This makes our child an archaeologist or historian. I Print My Toys presents to you an education system in the US. It's a short video that I'll be showing you. Sorry, it's not very plain, otherwise it would have shown you basically children in the US going to a museum. It's a basically natural history museum, and they are being taught how to create dinosaurs. They are being, visually exposed that you can actually create dinosaurs themselves, play around with them. My partner is just trying to them up. Topics that basically we are trying to cover today are what is exactly 3D prototyping, what can be made using 3D prototyping, 3D prototyping versus traditional methods of prototyping, and above all, education and training at I Print My Toys. So, going a bit forward at the time he arranges the video, I should like to tell you that 3D prototyping is a group of techniques used to quickly fabricate. Okay, we got the video there. We have the volume.
I don't think that we are going to go as far as to make dinosaurs with 3D printing. We're literally printing a stuff.
Capturing dinosaurs is the first time the museum is trying to use digital fabrication as a way to teach young people about science, specifically about paleontology. They're being given a group of real fossils. Along with these bones, are being given the tools to be able to create 3D models of them.
What's really cool and sort of unique about this program is you get to go to places that the public do not have access to normally. You also get to meet real scientists.
We got to see fossils. We got to see all the places they scanned 3D in the museum. We got to see all this really cool stuff that I never even knew they had.
To be able to say that you actually held a dinosaur fossil, it was exciting.
The paleontology department was kind enough to give us a lot of the bones from Allosaurus, which is from the Jurassic. Part of the program was that we did not tell them the animal that they were scanning. So part of the puzzle was looking at the bones that they were scanning and trying to figure out which dinosaurs they come from. A lot of students thought it was T-Rex, some thought it came from a long-necked sauropod.
Our classroom is actually the Museum of Natural History. The students are able to go out into the halls and look at the actual exhibits when they have a question about, for instance, how would the Allosaurus hold its hand?
The youth took literally between 5,000 to 6,000 photos, which were then turned into about 150 different models. Every time they were taking a photo, every time they looked at a model, every time they tried to stitch those models together, they were looking with careful detail at minute aspects of those bones. The same thing that paleontologists do.
It really taught me how paleontologists reconstruct and study dinosaurs and how they have to deal with disarticulated bones from different individuals and broken bones.
I didn't expect to see what we put together actually come out precise.
The fact that I was able to remake the bone was really exciting and just amazing.
It has inspired me to maybe one day even go to college for paleontology. I always thought that I always wanted to work with technology, but now after doing this, I learned that I can do both of them together. So I feel that I can do this.
Right, so coming back to our presentation, you've actually seen 3D prototyping. I didn't explain, but just to... Okay, so just in a nutshell, you actually design a file, you design on CAD, computer-aided design. You would export something known as a .stl file, a stereolithographic file. The third one is for the professionals. And the fourth step is just simply create it. So it's pretty much the same that you're doing in, say, a Microsoft Word or a PowerPoint. You would create a .doc or .xls or .ppt file, export it to your printer, and it prints it. Bingo. So what is being used? Where is being used? It's across. You think about it. You've printed toys, prosthetics, machine parts, clothing, footwear, artifacts, jewelry, models, miniatures, and above all, even guns. So the type of 3D printers that we're talking these days is basically can be clubbed into two, that is used deposition modeling, which we have displayed for you outside, and if you have seen it, some of you not, please do visit us outside. It's pretty much a standard machine, low cost investment, low cost running, wide applicability, best for children. The materials that can be used are plastics, namely PP, PLA, ABS, nylon. We can use PU materials in terms of wood, neon, glow in the dark. We can also use hard materials like ceramics, clay, cement, and above all, chocolates. This second laser sintering SLS that we call is a high-end product. It's more capital intensive, more running costs are higher, you need expertise. In both these machines, you actually do a bit of post-processing is involved. The materials that can go in short are metal, acrylic, nylon, etc. Now, the basic difference between traditional prototyping and the 3D prototyping, we can club. As it's much faster, the 3D prototyping. You design, create, you're good to go. One of our clients, who's an auto ancillary, he told us it takes us 2 months for him to develop a die or a cast, and it's no certainty that the die or the cast will be approved by the customer. So what we're talking is a lot of investment in terms of resources, in terms of time. With our technology, you can actually create it pretty fast, check the form, fit, feel, size before you make the die. So 3D prototyping, so we've come actually where we started. And we'd like to share some examples where children are using 3D printers, ladies and gentlemen. Theoretical training as passive is all learning by doing. You tell the child to print, you tell the child to design, and he makes it in the class. Dance lessons actually can be given using figurines which have been printed. You don't need to watch videos or pictures, for instance. You educate children through 3D food printing, give them the best vitamins, minerals, and they love it. Children can print their own toys, as you see in the dinosaurs in the museum. Through gaming, they learn games such as Minecraft. You develop your own blocks. You put your hardest obstacles there, and you create the image. Children can actually spend time with it in bed as well, when you've printed neon, glow-in-the-dark objects. And above all, we are actually trying to spot talent at a very young age. Taking clue from the Hindu mythology, we are actually creating little Brahmas in our house, the god of creation. Did you know that 3D designing software are all available free of cost? Go on the net, search for Tinkercad, AutoCAD, Autodesk 123, 3D Tin, Google SketchUp. We are training our students who can actually become jobbers, who can actually don't have to work for somebody. They can become 3D entrepreneurs, and we address a huge problem in this country of unemployment this way. So, as you've seen very clearly, first-hand learning and researching in a controlled environment only makes our children much better. It's our endeavor to bring opportunity to every child. He can create, he can design his own stuff. We bring from the rest of the world. So at our iTech center, we have 3D printers, 3D scanners, 3D machines. We've got electroplating shops. We've got laser cutting machines. And many other advanced machineries that a child can use to play. They can order components, they can come to our studio, design whatever they want. They actually take online diploma certificate courses from George Brown University of Canada. We've got professionals that we interact with around the globe who can actually be teachers and mentors to your children. Children in our studio also use further advanced techniques such as changing color inks, which change their color as per the heat or cold that are exposed to, water transfer technologies, which they can actually print on many things such as helmets or automotive components. They can use carbon fiber to make advanced skin for their robots and other innovative materials. It's our aim to inculcate a desire in children to be creative. And for those who want to show off, we see the next video, please. It's the same issue. This one? Okay, never mind, we have to skip this one, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Briefly, our team, we've actually, has been mentioned there in the profile leaflet that you have. Our basic endeavor is that we got together, we researched and marketed these 3D prototyping technologies and brought it for you. We are very grateful and like to end this thought by a special thanks to Dr. M.M. Pant, Mr. Manoj Pant, my mentor, and all the organizers for giving us this platform and allowing us to express ourselves and show our little endeavor to make our children creative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. This is really eye-opening.